Right. Is there a way that losing a match is never a good thing, but can you take the positive? Can you get a benefit out of it in that you play well, and sometimes you just have those games where it goes against you?
Yeah, no, I see where you're going with the question. Very despondent after the game, as with my changing rooms. That's natural. That's great to see, I think, and great how people are reacting after a defeat for a game that I thought we dominated for large periods of the game. But you certainly take heart from the performance, that's for sure. But the disappointment doesn't go away until your next game and you win your next game. So that's always the target and the plan of attack from us. Like I say, we don't get too high when we win. No one's been getting carried away for 2.5 years here. And we don't get too low when we lose. We get a bit despondent and we reboot ourselves, and then we get going to again today, Monday morning.
And I guess that's the point. In the last 2.5 years, it's not like you've never lost, but you haven't lost very many.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. And losing's not a habit we want to get used to doing. We'll keep moving it forward. I think the performances in all in the 15 league games that we've had this season, they've been some really top-notch performances. And I thought Saturday was another good performance by my team. However, wasn't one of our days where things didn't go quite well for us. An individual mistake obviously gets them back into the game, but the response after that individual mistake was it only looked like one team was going to go on and win it, which I thought was a massive positive for myself. And they've hit us with a sucker punch at the death, but we get on with it.
And on Mondays in general, do you sort of go back and say, right, this was good, that's what we've got to improve on, or do you just look?
Yeah, it varies really. Don't really have set routines of how I do things, depending on the mood of me and how I'm sort of feeling. But today it'll be certainly about picking the players up and getting us moving. Looking forward to tomorrow night's game, because whatever happens after tomorrow night's game would have been third of the season. We're in the top 10, whether that be in 9th place because we've lost tomorrow night, 6th place with a draw, or 5th place with a win. And they're the positives for me. Is in, if anybody had said to me come the beginning of the season in the summer that you'd be in the top 10 after a third of the season, I'd have been absolutely delighted with that. And what's pleased me even more so than being in the top 10 after a third of the season has been the performances of the players that I think have been on the most pretty promising.
Because I guess as a manager, you're always thinking, you always believe your team can go up to the next level and compete, but actually the proof of the pudding's third over the season.
The proof of the pudding's in listen, we're in a results business, we know that, and I know that, and but for me, I am disappointed we're not near the 30-point mark. I really am, because I think that's where the performance has warranted us to be. And I don't just say that willy-nilly. We're not. That's football. We take it on the chin and we go to the next game. But I'm absolutely delighted, whatever happens tomorrow night, to be in the top 10 with a third of the season to go. And we want to keep moving it forward. We want to keep improving them performances, and that's going to be the questions that I want answered from my players, is that they can keep moving it and keep improving.
Okay, you mentioned Saturday that Mildy's having a scan today. I assume that hasn't happened yet.
No, it's not happened yet. But I'm not one for saying injuries, but he's had this problem now for getting on to 3-4 weeks now. So we need to get to the bottom of it, because we need Milden all pushing Cal. No one's guaranteed a number 1 spot. We need Puddy pushing Cal as well. So he's gone out and got some games at Braintree. So I need every player in every position. Nobody's guaranteed a start. And I think they all realise that with me anyway. But no one will ever be guaranteed to start games with me. I know everybody looking and saying the managers sometimes have preferred players, and that will always be the case. Managers will lie and say no, they haven't, but you've always got your preferred players that you know what you're going to get out of. We've certainly got a few of those in my squad. But other than that, there's not many certainties.
Okay, so Fleetwood's up next. What you can tell us about them?
Very good, hard-working team. The games I've watched, they don't stop. They've got good players. They're a club that spend millions on a new training facility. They've got an owner that's backed them all the way through the non-league and into the league they're in now, and they're desperate to keep moving it forward. We're behind those as an infrastructure of a football club. People are looking and say Fleetwood's not a big club, but you go and see their training ground base. Go and see what they're made of and what they're about, and where they want to take the football club, and that's what we need to try to achieve ourselves.